Dear friends, welcome back. This is the 12th video of the series, so thank you all for your support and sticking along. We are going to start from right where we left. So let's click on Xcode and open our project and run it for now and see what we want to achieve in this tutorial today. This one will be quick. There are 2 or 3 things I want to teach you in this one, and then we'll take it from there. You remember this is the book view, not the best of the screen design. We will beautify it later on. You had an add book. The problem you had was once you added everything, go back to display, it doesn't shows up over here. The second thing that I want to teach you is when you are done with adding. Right now we are blanking everything. Instead of blanking, what I want to do is I want to go back to the display book. So you add a book, you go back to display book, okay, and then show the book as well. For that, what we want to do, give me 1 second. I just want to make sure we're in the right file. Yep. So for that, what you need to do first is go back to your validate button, which is this one. And validate button causes save book, which calls this one, as you know, and we're resetting, which is cleaning the file. So first let's learn the way how you can move between different tabs. So that's very simple. You have a tab bar controller, which is the bottom bar, right? Take that. There is a property, it has known as selected index. Now by default each tab has an index. The first one gets 0 and it goes on accordingly. So you have 3 right now, so 0, 1 and 2. So right after this add book is done, you want to go to the first one, so you'll simply say 0. Once you do that, it's as simple as that. It will go there. So you want to run this and see it. We will go ahead and do add book. And over here, let's say I want to add a book, tipping point, again by Malcolm Gladwell, and I say I already read this, and the genre is, let's say, fiction, or it's a non-fiction. And then when I save it, now what will happen, it will save, it will go back to display book, right? The name of the book is tipping point. Bingo, it came here because of this line of code, but it doesn't show tipping point here. I know the problem why, because of certain way the view controller behaves. So let's learn about that before you start coding. So go back to your display book view controller. You see that there is something known as life cycle of a view. I have taught this before that there is an event known as view did load. So when the view is loaded, this is called. But when you're moving between tab, since the view is already loaded for the first time, it never gets called the second time. When it is never called, the load records never happen, right? So that's where you're loading the records, right? So to do that, what you need to do is you need to understand that there are 2 more important lifecycle event. One is known as view will appear and one is view did appear. So we want to do this because view has already appeared. We will take this view did appear, and if you simply say a load records here, which is nothing but loading the records, right, from which we wrote from the database and loading the books. So this should do the job, or you're going to fetch all the records, it will load the books and it will get the job done, right? So go ahead and run this and see if it works this time or not. Okay, so I will go ahead and run this. So I have tipping point this time because this is what I added last time. Now let me come back and let me add another book known as Blink. This again by Malcolm Gladwell, and this is non-fiction again, and I say currently reading. So okay, and when I save it, now you know that it'll already, you've written this function here just to showcase again to you. This one will take it back to here, and this will not be called because view was already appeared or loaded. So when view did appear, view again appear back, this will be recorded and hopefully it will show you the new records, which is blink also shown there. Go ahead and save this. It didn't show it. Why is that? The reason is, though you are loading the record, you're loading everything, you have to also load the table. What is the table name? Table name is book table view. So you have to say book table view dot reload data as well. So you have to load the records and then say, now I want to reload the table as well. This will work this time for sure. Let's go ahead. We have blink as well. Now let's go ahead and add a book. Let's say the book name is Lost in the Wild. It's another book that I am writing right now. So it's a Shantanu Barua. This is again to be read, and I'll say the genre is fiction, and then I save this. If you see this time, the Lost in the Wild came in. So it has loaded the records, and it has also reloaded the table. So, and this is how you scroll it. Wonderful. I'm going to teach you one more thing, which is about beautifying the table. How about when I run this, I'm going to give a different color to the cell, right? Like a light gray cell, right? A light gray color. So the way to do that is right here when the cell comes in, you say cell dot background color. You can give any color, like, you know, it has brown, blue and all. If you want your own color, if you recall, I gave you an exercise of how to give your own color. You can give UI color dot, there is a init function, and in the init, which is the initialization function, you scroll down, there is one known as red, green, blue and alpha, and I'll explain this to you. If you have, I'm sure you're aware of all colors are made of three major colors, red, green and blue, and if you give different values to this red, green and blue, you can get any color. Alpha is transparency, right? So if you want transparent color where you can see through the color, then you give a value less than 1. If you want the color not to be transparent, you will always make it 1. Okay, if you want to be transparent, make it lesser than 1. Okay, so if you have things behind the table view, you want to show that, it's a good way to control. You can say alpha 0.2, 0.4 like this, but for now we'll make it 1. So how do you get this red, green and blue color? Go to your Safari or, you know, whatever you use. I'll remove the bookmark, and what you do is there are different RGB, which is red, green, blue color picker. So these are widely available in the web, and you can play around with the value, and it gives you a different value here. See this value? This is what the value you need to pick. Let's say I want this blue color, right? So it is 50, 111 and 168. So what you do is, here you say 50. This color is in the range of 255. Say 50 out of 255. It's always 255. You know, that's the default standard. Next is 111, which is green is 111 oblique 255, and then you have 168. You get exact color of what you want from here, right? You can also get this color from your main story fort, believe it or not. So let's say I pick this. You can go here, you can go to custom color, and you see this RGB colors. So you can swivel this around and you can get whatever you want. Okay, all right, so with that said, I come back to my display book and I've given a background color, and if I run it now, it should have that color. So let's run it and see if that comes up or not. Blue color, not the best of the color choice, but it gives you the color that you are desiring to have a look, right? In the next, I'll give you a quick exercise if you can work on that. What if I want the alternate cell to have a different color? So let's say this is blue, and then I want to have a light blue, then blue and a light blue. So think about it, how you can get it done. Little bit of maths, and using two color you can get this achieved, right? You know the concept of how the cell goes around. So give it a shot. Hopefully you should be able to do it, and if you're able to, please post that code in the comment. Let me know if you're able to do it. Thank you again. Bye.